Hey there guys, how are you today and welcome to another episode of I Ask Twitter. Yes, this is the series where I ask a question on Twitter to you guys and with your answers, I make a video. So, this week I ask you to tell me 3 things you want to see happen at the 2019 Monaco Grand Prix. And I guess before I get into the answers, I can't let this video pass without mentioning the death of Niki Lauda. Really sad news that we've had in Formula 1 earlier this week. Of course, Niki Lauda, a legend of the sport, 3-time world champion, and I think the notion of not giving up in Formula 1 was really shown by Niki Lauda in '76 after his accident, and then to come and fight back for the world championship all the way to the final race in Suzuka. And ultimately, he was the one who got Lewis Hamilton into Mercedes, which obviously was a touch of genius as well. So yeah, for sure, Niki Lauda will be really missed in the paddock. R.I.P. But now let's get on with today's video. So, Game A says that she wants to see Verstappen get his first pole and the victory in Monaco. An epic battle between both Renault, so Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo, and McLaren to be best of the rest. But as for Verstappen, we know he doesn't actually have the best record at the Monaco Grand Prix. He has had numerous crashes. Monaco, of course, in 2015, famously in the race, but then also in practice and qualifying in previous seasons. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get rid of that bad luck or bad judgment and have a really strong race this weekend. Then about an epic battle between both Renaults. Well, to be honest, for Renault, both of them finishing in the points would be an achievement at the moment. We didn't think we'd be saying that at the start of the season. But at the moment, it looks like they need to first of all get into the points regularly, both cars. Then let's have an epic battle between both Renaults. Although whether that can really happen on such a tight street circuit like Monaco, I'm not so sure. And McLaren to be best of the rest, well, we know they have a great history in Monaco, and I'd love to see them do well this weekend. Next up, we have Atishahu, who says a pile up at the hairpin that causes safety car and red flag, and then causes strategic chaos and an interesting race. Well, I like that one. We haven't had many interesting races in Monaco for a couple of seasons. I guess 2016 was pretty good, and so was 2015 actually. 2014 had a lot of, it was very tense, but nothing much actually happened. And then before that, we had a great race in 2011 as well. And then also in 2008, so it's hit and miss Monaco, and I'm hoping we're due a really exciting race at the Monaco Grand Prix. The F1 debate show says some actual racing, ambitious I know, Ferrari actually showing up and a new driver on the podium. So, actual racing, it is going to be difficult in Monaco. I think we all have to accept that. We know it is a tight circuit, and I think more of the excitement is going to come if there's crashes or maybe some bad weather. I'm not sure what the weather forecast is for Monaco this weekend, so I'm hoping that it's going to rain, but I don't know. Ferrari actually showing up, well, I have seen a thing showing they were particularly slow in Spain on the tight part of the circuit, which is in some ways similar to Monaco, suggesting Ferrari may struggle in the Monaco Grand Prix this year, although we know historically they've been very strong in the last 2 seasons in Monaco, so you never know, maybe they're going to show up, but I don't think so. And a new driver on the podium, yeah, it's been quite repetitive towards the front. I'd love to see Gasly get onto the podium, or maybe one on the midfield rounders like Ricciardo or Norris or Magnussen. Next up, we have Bass at 550 Le Mans, who replies, an overtake. And yeah, I think we all want to see an overtake in Monaco, but whether that's going to happen so easily, I'm not so sure. But a good answer there anyway. Zebi says Gasly P1, Mercedes P2 and P3, and Verstappen to crash in the same place and session as 2018, so that's in practice, free practice 3 on Saturday morning, missing qualifying and starting last. And I guess if you see Verstappen starting last, what's exciting is to see where he will finish. But yeah, for sure, Gasly in P1 though. It'd be nice to see a French driver winning in Monaco. But whether that's going to happen, Gasly isn't quite on form yet, but Red Bull should be strong at Monaco. Next up we have Josh Docks, who says, hoping Red Bull still have what it takes to bag a pole and prove they still have the best chassis on the grid. So I personally would love to see a Honda powered car on pole position. That maybe really show that McLaren made a bad choice, ditching Honda, but maybe also show the difficulties McLaren themselves have been having. And putting Red Bull on pole would be awesome. And I hope Red Bull are fighting for the victory this weekend. Although I'm not so sure which one of their drivers would be doing it, considering Verstappen's poor record in Monaco, and Gasly's poor record this season. Laurie says, heavy rain, both Mercedes to crash, and Verstappen to win. So of course we did have a rain-affected race, let's say, in 2016, which was won by Hamilton, and the same in 2008, also won by Hamilton. But in general, heavy rain, particularly on this specific circuit, really does cause absolute mayhem. Both Mercedes to crash, I think that's going to be difficult to make happen. You might have to have people crashing into them, but it would also help with making the World Drivers' and Constructors' Championship more exciting. And Verstappen to win, well, based on this record so far, I'm not so sure. Robbie says, just a simple response to this question, Mercedes not to score 1-2, Norris to be somewhere near getting a shock podium, and Leclerc to finish in the top 5, but Vettel only in lower end of the points. And I hope Monaco is a semi-decent race to watch. We all hope so. So Mercedes not to score 1-2. It looks unlikely right now. I think they are going to score 1-2, providing they have reliability and don't crash out. Norris to get a shock podium. Well, in a crazy race, that would be possible. I don't think they're going to get onto the podium in pure pace. But it would be pretty good to see him fight maybe for the top 5. But you would need a crazy race for that to happen. And Leclerc to finish in the top 5, but Vettel only in the lower end of the points. Well, I have talked about how Ferrari might be quite slow this weekend. And if that's the case, this may happen. Look how badly Mercedes did, particularly in 2017, with Hamilton only finishing in P7, I believe. Then David says, as a Renault fan, I'll take a 1-2 low. Honestly, points, I'd be happy. Hopefully close between Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari. So yeah, in terms of Renault, you want to see them get points. And obviously 1-2 is not going to happen. But I reckon points for them could be on the cards if they keep it clean, which might be all that matters in Monaco. And then hopefully close between Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari. We all want to see that, although in a way, it makes a difference in Monaco if you can't overtake. So I'd rather wait for a track with overtaking for that to be the case. We then have Rick Perry, who says Mercedes 1 and 2, Red Bull 3 and 4, and Ferrari to DNF both cars. Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't think many people necessarily want to be seeing that as neutrals in F1. We don't want to see Ferrari DNF both cars, considering the championship standings. But let's see what happens, I guess. And I don't think that they're going to both DNF, and I don't want them to. Even if I'm a Hamilton fan, I want the championship to be close. And if Ferrari won this weekend, I wouldn't be too bothered. Then, I think finally, Nicole says that he wants to see a remake of the 1996 Grand Prix with Gasly as the winner. Still waiting for the first French win since Olivier Panis in 1996. Of course, that was another crazy classic Monaco Grand Prix, which Panis was able to win unexpectedly, I believe. And if we could have another crazy race and a French winner, that would be amazing. But then again, seeing Leclerc win in Monaco would be pretty cool as well. Kimi Raikkonen having a good race, everybody wants to see that. He has struggled. He did struggle in Spain, so maybe I want to see Kimi Raikkonen back in the points if he can. And both Mercedes to go into the wall. Well, I think the neutrals do kind of want to see that. But then Leclerc has been able more recently to add on to his thing, considering the death of Niki Lauda, saying now, I just want one thing. The most beautiful Monaco Grand Prix of all time as a tribute to Niki Lauda. I know I asked too much, but I really want that to happen. And Robbie says as well, that's what we would all love to see. So yeah, I think after the death of Niki Lauda, we want to see an amazing classic Monaco Grand Prix as a real tribute to Niki Lauda. It's not too much to ask at all. And to be honest, I think we all, especially after what happened this week, want that to happen. And on that note, and on that hopeful note of an exciting Monaco Grand Prix, I will see you guys next time.